SAGA Egmont presents Adele, To 30 and Beyond, by Danny White, read by Grace Quigley. Introduction. When Adele abruptly cancelled a string of Las Vegas shows in 2022, the news made headlines around the world. Even at a time of global crisis, it still became a major story. For days, the saga was discussed in newspapers and on television. People portrayed Adele as a diva who had let down her fans. One question kept being asked. What had happened to the down-to-earth girl from Tottenham? The majesty of Adele's voice is clearly central to her appeal, but so is how relatable she is. Even the most dedicated fans of the likes of Rihanna, Katy Perry and Lady Gaga cannot seriously believe that their superstar heroes are the same as them. But if you're a fan of Adele, it's often because she seems, to borrow the title of her biggest hit, someone like you. When she emerged into the public eye, pop was a scene where many of the most successful female acts focused on their sexuality as much as their music. For instance, in S&M by Rihanna, the Barbadians sang that "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me." Christina Aguilera, another popular act at the time, also had a very sexualised image, while Madonna and Lady Gaga had drawn criticism from within and without the industry for their heavily sexualised videos and performances. Even boys were presented this way. One Direction's Harry Styles was carefully branded as a Lothario while he was still a teenager. When Adele arrived and focused on her voice rather than her body, many felt she was a breath of fresh air. Commentators said she could strike a blow for the sisterhood in society in general by showing that women could become famous by being respected rather than lusted after. Then there was her weight. How powerful was it for young girls to see a woman ruling the pop scene, despite not having a pop-thin physique? She was always very clear that she was more comfortable in her own skin, and that her weight was simply not an issue for her. As she told Vogue magazine, "Fans are encouraged that I'm not a size 0, that you don't have to look a certain way to do well." She told us she preferred drinking cider in the park with her mates to hanging out with A-listers at private clubs. She swore and cackled during interviews and between songs on stage. She might have sounded like Ella Fitzgerald when she sang, but when she spoke, she was more like the girl sitting at the top deck of a bus. The combination of a divine voice with a down-to-earth character made Adele enormously compelling. We wowed at her talent and related to her personality. "I think I remind people of themselves," she said. Did other mononymous stars such as Prince, Madonna or Elvis have this same everyman appeal? Her material too has universal application. Adele has the emotional agility of a West End leading lady and sings about something every adult has experienced: a broken heart. Everyone can feel pain in her songs, from a teenage boy suffering his first heartbreak to a septuagenarian who has just lost her third failed marriage. This is why her star shone so bright. She was one of us, and she was bringing artistic clarity to emotions we had all felt. So, for many of her admirers, it felt like she had broken their hearts when, in 2022, she cancelled the 24 shows of her residency at the Caesars Palace Coliseum, just 24 hours before the opening date. Almost immediately, there were suggestions that she had become a diva, and people wondered how the shy, down-to-earth girl from Tottenham had seemingly become an out-of-touch show business celebrity. How did Adele transform from this shy girl from North London who liked boozing in the park with her mates to the globally famous megastar who cancelled Vegas residencies? By telling her story, this book is an attempt to find out. Chapter 1. Early Days. After Adele became a mother in 2012, she spoke about how motherhood meant she had to make sacrifices. "I lost a lot of myself," she said. Her own mother knows all about the sacrifices of parenthood. Penny Adkins had it all planned out.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?